think I lost 350 LP in like 4 days.
Oh my god, that's 100 LP a day.
Yeah,
Almost 100
it was insane. I was just playing every day and I was losing every game.
So first of all, Yuji, welcome to Los Angeles.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of iconic nicknames in LoL esports. You know, you have Faker, the Unkillable Demon King. You have Double Lift and Afromu, they call Rush Hour. Then there's Mahir, who's also iconic. And then I was thinking, like, if we were to give you a nickname, we need something that is iconic, right? And you're from Mongolia. So I came up with a nickname for you, right? Let me know if you like it or not.
All right.
Maybe the broadcast can use it.
Go on.
Genghis Atakan.
Oh. I don't know if that's a good one. Because, Genghis Khan, killed so many people. I don't know if it's like good to say it on, broadcast, but,
But like as a league player, you want to kill people, no?
I mean, on Rift,
Yeah.
Not
Not IRL.
Yeah, on Rift, Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that could work. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you finished your finals and you flew to LA. So you went from biology to biology. How locked in were you on your exams?
So the last exam right before I came here, actually took my exam and catch the flight. So
Really?
Yeah. So I got I'm sure I got 100 on it. So
When will you find out?
okay, in class, it was like some Latin exam, and it was like I had to say stuff. So the professor just told me that I smurfed it. So
You smurfed it.
yeah.
Does that make you feel a little bit better, or like did it make you more confident coming to LA?
Not really. I know like I was going to pass that class. So it didn't make me happy, but I was like,
Yeah. So a lot of people, they talk about how the collegiate scene is like shit. But the thing is, I've seen multiple players wear Chrome Hearts under their jersey. You know Chrome Hearts, right? The brand?
Yeah, I know.
How the fuck are college students affording Chrome Hearts?
Well,
Where does the money come from?
maybe, it's since they don't have to pay for school because they get scholarship.
So they have extra money.
They could use their money on, Chrome Hearts maybe, my support has Chrome Hearts with it, he wears it every day.
Every day?
Oh, not every day, but, most of the times. Media day, he always has his Chrome on.
He's always
Zyko,
flexing.
he always has it.
Is that a smart purchase, though? Do you think that's a smart purchase?
Oh, I think, if it's not going to impact your life in the long run, I think, I think it's a good purchase, yeah.
Because a lot of players, there's some players who make a ton of money, but they don't always flex it. And then there's some players who, even if they're making minimum, they'll buy the expensive stuff. Are you someone who likes to buy the expensive stuff?
So I guess it depends, right? If it looks good and if I think it's useful, I would buy it if it's expensive. But if it's just expensive and if it's just like a shirt or something, or like
a t-shirt or
like a hoodie, I think it's not a good purchase.
So what's the most expensive thing you've bought with your own money?
I'm not sure. It's probably some kind of PC, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure. Probably my iPhone.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah. Just phone.
For sure.
It's about phone.
So you actually moved from, obviously you were at Maryville previously, now you're in Los Angeles. The ping is a lot worse here, right?
Yeah.
How's that been? Because it's 20 where you at? Or
at Maryville I had 8 ping.
8?
Yeah. And now I have
45?
45, 48.
Yeah.
I think I lost 350 LP in 4 days.
Oh my god, that's 100 LP a day.
Yeah,
Almost 100.
it was insane. I was just playing every day and I was losing every game. And I couldn't figure out why. Maybe it's the ping.
It could be the ping. Yeah.
We'll see, yeah.
Have you been grinding since you landed? Because you landed what, Thursday?
Yeah. I've been playing a lot actually. I usually play till 1 or 2 a.m. Then just go to bed.
What's it been like now joining a team like TL? Because I think a big advantage of TL is they have players with a ton of experience. Obviously, Core, Impact One Worlds. Umti's been playing for almost a decade at this point. So it's do you feel almost lucky to have these really, really successful veterans?
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, I think joining org like Team Liquid is, probably the best team you could join. Just because they have veterans like Core, JJ, Impact, even their coaching staff, it's legendary people. So it's always it's just nice to talk to them about, any kind of game.
Yeah, for sure. And Scary Jerry, we actually, but the broadcast did an interview with Scary Jerry, I think it was last week. And he talked about how he feels like the difference between tier 2 and tier 1 isn't that big. So what has it been like adjusting? Have you felt that things are way more fast paced? What has been the change like for you?
I guess one thing I was surprised about is, I guess tier 1 in scrims, it's usually giga bloody. Sometimes I'm watching tier 1 scrims, it's more bloody than tier 2.
Really?
So yeah, I guess, yeah, I mean, I feel tier 1, I I expected them to like fight less,
Uh-huh.
but watching the scrims, I feel like they fight like way more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when they get to stage, they're pussy. Why is that?
On stage, obviously they're not like limit testing that much, not testing the limits, and they just try to take, I guess, less risk plays, I guess.
So, like, what do you think makes you special as a player? Like, what do you think is your play style? Do you think there's like a specific thing that makes you different from the other junglers?
I guess I try to play more controlled type of game. I like to, look at the draft and think about what's the win condition and play towards it. I know some junglers try to, do some creative stuff when it's, I guess, when the draft is not like that suited for it. And yeah, I guess I just try to play more control.
Yeah, so Maryville is actually in a place where there isn't much traffic, and now you're in Los Angeles, which is probably the second worst city in the United States. So, do you miss Maryville so far?
I think I miss the people.
Yeah.
Because back at Maryville, I didn't have a car. So, everything is like, you can walk, but it's going to take like 30 minutes to walk somewhere.
Yeah, it's a long walk.
So I didn't live a lot. So, I guess, I'm here, I'm leaving to like go get food. Everything is so close. So I kind of like way nicer here.
Yeah. And some of your former teammates, Scary Jerry obviously plays tomorrow, and then APA is on your team. So actually, I don't think you guys played together, did you?
No, we didn't.
Yeah. But it's almost like a reunion because there's a lot of Maryville players in Tier 1. And I'd assume that number goes up over time. I think there's a couple players, Zamudo, Zyko, who I think should probably get a shot pretty soon. So what's it like kind of being able to see some of your old friends?
It's always nice to see, just your old teammates or your friends in the LTA or like even in scrims. If you play against them, the game feels way more fun. And I guess, you have like more people to hang out with in a way.
Have you hung out with anyone outside of your teammates?
I hang out with Jerry like a few days ago.
How was that?
It was pretty fun.
What'd you guys do?
We just just sat at my apartment and we just chill there.
Yeah. Are you excited to be able to, because I think for a lot of college players, it's like, it's super hard to get that opportunity. So like, what is your kind of mindset coming into this? Are you trying to learn as much as possible? Are you looking forward to getting the chance to play eventually? Like, what is your mindset right now, would you say?
I guess my mindset is probably just to, I think right now I'm trying to get used to stuff. And I guess even just talking to my teammates, trying to get close to them and seeing how, I guess, the things work. And obviously I'm trying to like improve at the game, right? Yeah. Watching VODs, watching streams, talking to, Coach, for example, yeah.
Has there been my next question was, has there been a player that's helped you a little bit more than the others? A player that has gone out of their way to help you out? Would it be Core?
It's probably Core. I sit next to him, So usually I talk to him about the game the most.
I think for a lot of players, as I mentioned earlier, it's really hard to get that opportunity, especially with how a lot of the things are structured now. So do you have any message to some of your other friends or former teammates in Tier 2?
I guess I don't know what to say to them, but I just want to say, if you like keep working towards your goal and putting in the work, it's gonna work out eventually.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.